Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm here with Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. How's everybody doing? What's good with you, Ketel?
Doing pretty good. It's almost Cinco. Well, it is Cinco de Mayo Day today, so which is great to hear. Ready to get my cocktail in. Got a good one tonight. Yep.
That's right. Cinco de Mayo. Celebrate. Yay. Arriba. How about
what's up with you, Papa?
Not much. It's all good. Cinco de Mayo.
Hey.
What do they call it?
Poppa DD got his sombrero on.
Don't believe that. I ain't good at it.
You better rock that sombrero. Ay, Chihuahua.
But I did have lunch at a Taco Bell.
That's how you celebrated Cinco de Mayo?
Yep.
All right.
So.
And happy Star Wars yesterday. Star Wars Day was Thursday. Happy Star Wars Day to all the Star Wars fans. May the 4th that's passed be with you, as they say.
Okay.
I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah, thanks.
People were into it. They got T-shirts and everything.
May the 4th. Okay.
Yep. All right. Where are we starting this evening? What you got for us?
I just want to get y'all's opinion on a subject that's pretty popular in Hollywood all the time. I just can't figure out for the life of me why these celebrities think they want to keep everything so hush-hush. And, they see the damage of it, It goes back to Rihanna and, what's that boy's name? Chris Brown.
Oh, mm-hmm.
How they, I don't know, not so much her, but him. He's trying to keep things on a low and this and that, and he ends up beating her up and everything, and now he's broke and she's a billionaire, so go figure that out.
Mm.
But I'm speaking about Jamie Foxx. Nobody is telling you to look at the diagnose sheet of the doctors and read it verbatim to the public. But if you had a medical disposition, if people are concerned about you, they're concerned about you. All this secret stuff, undercover stuff, and nobody knows this is, and nobody knows this is, nobody knows this is. Yeah, but you guys said that Chadwick died of colon cancer. Said openly, boldly, didn't change anything. It gave people awareness of what to do to get a colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's true.
But, with this situation here, I mean, you already was chasing after, what's her name, ex-wife? What's her name?
What's her name? Tom Cruise's ex-wife?
Tom Cruise's ex-wife.
I forgot her
you're
name.
Sneaking around with her, so that was a secret. And everybody else you're sneaking around with it. What the hell's wrong with your secret-ass life? But then you'll get on TV and you'll talk about all this betting stuff, MGM betting and this betting, and you just advertising this for people to lose their shirt gambling. But but otherwise you want to keep your life a secret, but you want to put everybody on Front Street when it comes to betting every last penny they got on sports betting and acting like you and what's the other brother's basketball player, Kevin Garnett and Kevin Hart. All y'all rich ass Negroes just telling people to just spend all their life savings on betting. And, but getting off of that subject, but damn, everybody just concerned what's wrong with you. So maybe somebody could know not to let that happen. And much as you run around, of course you probably had a damn stroke because your ass ain't slowing down for a minute. You should take a lesson from Bernie Mac. But anyway, what's y'all opinion on keeping this stuff a secret and all that when people just are concerned what the hell's wrong with you, so we as black people know to avoid it or to lighten up on our lives or take a lesson from you? Anyway, what do you think about that?
Well, I'll jump in on that one. I think sometimes, they try to keep that stuff hush-hush. Like going back to, you mentioned Chadwick Boseman. When he knew that he had cancer, he kept it under wraps because he didn't want it to affect his work. He didn't want, people that were working with him to know. He didn't want, that to be an issue for him being an actor for projects.
All right, but the subject matter is about Jamie Foxx and not Chadwick. May he rest in peace.
I'm saying, and I understand why he did that. Now, Jamie, in this case, I feel like with all the publicity around the mystery of what's going on with Jamie Foxx, honestly, I think it's a publicity thing. I think he honestly has an issue going on, but I think he and his, publicity team are just milking it.
Yeah, because Kevin Hart and the other boys in on it. Not in on it, but I'm sure he has a medical situation. But when you get Kevin Hart and what's the other boy with all the children?
Oh, Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. They was on today on Entertainment Tonight. Yeah. Well, you can see when you put them two in the mail, it looks like a skit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the point I'm making is that I think he and his publicity team are using it as a publicity thing because other than his summer show, which beat Shazam, what else does he have going on? I know he did some reality thing he was doing with somebody. It was like a prank kind of thing. I think it was Nick Cannon, actually. But I've never seen it. I saw a commercial for it a couple times, but, it's like, how else, what else could he do to get his name out there and have people talking about him almost every day? His name has been floating around news, social media, and all virtually every day because there's all this speculation and mystery around what happened to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
So that's my take. I think he does have some medical thing going on, but I think they are milking it for all it's worth.
Wow.
So I think that's why they keep keeping it a secret, because then it won't be a mystery anymore. But that's what I think. Ketel, what you think? What's with the secrets, Hollywood secrets?
Well, first of all, you were talking about him promoting the MGM thing, him and Kevin Hart. That's a job. That's how I see it. That's just a job. He could be betting. I'm not sure. But he was contracted to do a job and say what he needs to say, and he's getting paid for it. That's just a job. It's a commercial. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but gambling is a disease also.
Can I finish?
On the other side of that. I'm going to say it, but let me put that out there. Gambling is a disease.
My opinion.
Okay, all right.
That's okay, you asked my opinion. So,
good. I ain't taking it lightly, though.
And they always tell you play responsibly. Always at the end, they always say play responsibly. But it's a job. It's just he's getting paid for that. Simple as that. He might gamble. I don't know, but that's a job. One. Two, I kind of agree with you as far as them milking this. And I do believe he has something going on. Who knows? It could be depression. Sometimes you don't want to put things out there because of you don't want, who you're working for to know what's going on with you. They may not want to hire you. Just like Chadwick Boseman, like you said, Redwine. He didn't put the information only the immediate family or probably him and his wife knew. He didn't want nobody to have sympathy, stuff like that. I mean, I think Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon probably know what's going on, but he asked them to keep it quiet for right now. They may never tell us what's going on. But who knows? He could be somewhere in a mental institute. He could be, he could have, gone cuckoo. but he doesn't want that information disclosed right at this time. So, maybe it's, best for his health. His doctors are going to say, okay, this information can be shared, yada, yada. It's up to his discretion. It's up to his team. So at this time, they don't want it disclosed. So I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's my opinion.
Okay. Well, we got 3 different takes on it. But that's why we're here, to give you another perspective.
Now, I wasn't talking about him gambling. I'm talking about people encouraging gambling. They could do what they want to do. But, I mean,
that's
encouraging
the future, Papa. I mean, that's what's going on there.
I just think everybody...
Maryland just opened up gambling. I mean, they doing that. They bet on everything.
It's a choice. I think when you advertise and stuff like that, I think it's a choice for an actor or celebrity to advertise something, because it all depends. Just like some actors don't want to play the parts of a prostitute or some type of whatever, You'll never see them. I'll never do that, yada, yada, yada. And that's up to the person. Like you said, if they want to take their job and make that money, but sometimes that stuff can typecast you as well. If you play the part of a murderer, like that guy, what's his name? Hamilton.
But sometimes actors. But sometimes, let me say this: actors sometimes you have to be careful what they are promoting, because Kim Kardashian and some other actors or people have gotten involved with certain things. And those people try to sue them. And if they want or not, I'm not sure. But, them promoting a particular product and they're not using it, they're looking at that person, Kim Kardashian, whoever's promoting it, as somebody that uses that product. So they do have to be careful what they're promoting. I do agree with that.
That's what I was saying on that whole situation, was because there's a lot of people that can't handle gambling. And if he's my hero, and I'm out there because, he says it, and Kevin Hart, he fills up stadiums. So, he's promoting gambling. The fact he could fill up the Verizon Center in 5 minutes, somebody in there loves him like crazy. And, it's a big influence. I just think you got to make that choice when you're a celebrity, because some of them just don't touch it. I don't really see Denzel out there selling stuff like that. But anyway.
You know what? You made a good point, Ketel, when you said about how Kim Kardashian and others have ended up getting sued over stuff.
Oprah.
Those people
Remember that were beef?
Yeah, but those people who recently got in legal trouble over those, not Bitcoin, but what's that thing? Crypto. The cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It was a group of celebrities, some NFL folks and some celebrities.
Steph.
And then when that thing went belly up, the lawsuit was naming
Tom
everybody.
Brady, Steph Curry.
Yes, all
of them was in there.
Everybody
because
who had
they had money to spare.
For that cryptocurrency, all were named in that lawsuit.
If they dropped $300,000, wasn't a big deal for Steph Curry and Tom Brady and all them. But regular folks that are following everybody else saying, "Oh, crypto," and they got $30,000 in the mix, and you losing $30,000.
And like Ketel said, we don't know what the outcome was of that whole lawsuit. I don't know if it got settled, if it's still going on, but the fact that they all got named in that lawsuit, because they were doing a job. I don't know if they were, investing money in it, or if they were just being a spokesperson or what. But the bottom line is, once you put your foot in it, you're in it.
I just think that, I'm going to close on this here. I just think that medically, you don't have to expose your stuff if you don't want to, but some people can learn from that, because we look at people like, Michael Jackson and Prince, for example, two of the most famous people in the world that died of something that was both drug-related, and however they tried to do or cover or what have you. But then you put Whitney Houston on Front Street, or maybe you should put herself on Front Street, but... You know what I'm saying? So it's all drugs. No matter who was secretly about it, who you didn't really tell, who really died and you didn't know, even the brother, the dancer, what's his name?
Twitch.
We never know what happened with him, so we didn't learn anything from that. Oh, he was in the hotel dead. Okay, all right, let's move on.
They said he took his life.
Yeah, okay.
They said.
Right, okay.
All right, well, we're going to move on and go on into the rundown. Ketel, what you got on the docket for today's court?
All right. In focus, we're going to start with that. Former three-time U.S. Olympic medalist, dead at age 32. Wow. Also, the coronation of the king. And Dave Chappelle is buying up Yellow Springs, Ohio. Our cocktail of the week. I got a good one for you tonight, Papa. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? We're going to lighten it up with our weird news. Arkansas woman pleads not guilty to selling stolen human body parts. Okay. And nearly 500 pounds of pasta mysteriously dumped in Jersey woods. And also Texas high school under siege from raccoons. I'm just saying with Redwine, no pay, no play. Living for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up, of course. The kissing list and the last word. So sit back, relax, and we're going to get into In Focus.
All right. We're going to go to you, Poppa DD.
Are we going straight in, huh?
Yeah, we're trying to get it in tonight.
Okay.
So I think we'll have limited commercials tonight. We might, I don't know, we'll see if they run a few, but I think we're going limited commercials tonight. So go for it, Poppa DD. What's your input?
All right, this story came out a couple of days ago, and it's really sad that the world didn't take heed to noticing this or pay homage to this. It just kind of, somebody said, a track star was found dead in her apartment, yada, 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 and they kept it moving. But this young lady here was in the 2016 Olympics, which is in Rio de Janeiro. Okay? I think she won 3 medals altogether, a silver, a gold, and a bronze. The gold medal was ran in a 4x100 relay with some other famous ones, and she ran the anchor on that. If you get an opportunity, pull up YouTube 2016 Summer Olympics, Rio de Janeiro, the women's 4x100 relay championship. Okay? She was the anchor in that. And they beat the Jamaicans, who they weren't supposed to beat, which was very ironic.
Those Jamaicans are fast.
Her name is Tori Bowie. Okay? She's, like I said, she's a 3-time U.S. Olympic medalist and world champion sprinter. She died at the age of 32. Her management company announced Wednesday that Bowie's agent, person named Kimberly Holland, told CNN that Bowie was found dead in her home in Florida. The cause of her death is not yet known. All right, here we go again, right? Nobody knows anything. People dying with these mysteries are just adding up and piling up big time. Anyway, we lost a client, dear friend, daughter, and sister. This is what Icon Management wrote on their Twitter posts. I don't know why they use the word client. So come on now. Should have just said friend, daughter, sister. Anyway, Tori was a champion, a beacon of light that shines so bright. We're truly heartbroken, and our prayers, your prayers for their family and friends are truly thankful. They said that Bowie was born and grew up in Sand Hill, Mississippi, and won 2 state high school championships in a 100-yard dash. She also won a 200-yard dash and a long jump also. And she won 3 state titles in a 4x100 relay, all in Mississippi before she even went professional. So this girl been fast her whole life. All right, she racked up a lot of accolades in a very short time during her 20s as well, beginning with 2 NCAA long jump championships during her time at Southern Miss and indoor and outdoor tracks in 2021. This was after she won the Olympics. Bowie won all three of her Olympic medals in 2016, like I said, at the Rio de Janeiro Games, as she took silver in a 100-yard dash individual, and she took bronze in a 200-meter individual race, and she anchored the 4x400 relay alongside of a lady named Tiana Barletto, Allison Felix, as everybody knows, and a lady named English Gardner. That group right there, Bartolino, Allison Felix, and English Gardner, them 4 sisters and a young lady that died, Tori Bowie, them 4 sisters smoked the Jamaican girls and won the gold medal in the 2016 Olympics. You should pull it up on YouTube because it's a really exciting race to watch. Them girls were flying. Anyway, Bowie also won a 100-meter dash and a 4x100 relay in the 2017 World Athletes Championship in London. 2 years later, she won bronze in a 100-meter dash, and at the 2015 championship in Beijing, she finished fourth in her long jump at the 2019 World Champion in Qatar. Other entries and athletes in the sport offer their condolences for the loss of the U.S. champion. So as you see, this girl won a lot of Olympics medals.
Yeah.
She wasn't as popular as Allison Felix or any other people that got, big names.
Yeah. See, I know her name, Allison Felix.
Yeah, different people like that.
Yeah, I didn't know Bowie.
But she was a champion. And it's so sad how the news just skimmed over it. And, it's just really sad because she was a true champion. And like I said, 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, 4x100 relay. Check it out.
I do remember how bewildered, I would use that word, the Jamaicans were when they lost that race. Because everybody went into that race assuming that the Jamaicans are going to get the gold.
They won everything else. They won all the individual meets.
Maybe we'll get the silver.
They won the 100-yard dash. They won the 200-yard dash. And they thought they were going to win the relay. But in the relay, all it takes is a baton, passing slow or not right, joggle, drop the baton, whatever, to mess that whole joint up. Because if you look at that race, them girls are flying around there. And that's 4x100, which means they're doing a 100-yard dash around the circle. They're only running a little bit of time, like real quick, hand off, real quick. Not like they run around one time and hand it off. They're going like a quarter to track. That race is fast as hell, the 4x100. It's amazing. Well, it's all about the baton pass. You mess up the baton and you out. But
well, our condolences.
Yeah, God bless her. She's a champion.
I'm curious to know what happened.
See,
how did somebody find her dead?
Right, here we go again, right?
So the article you have, Poppa, says no cause of death?
No, not at all. They say no cause of death at this time. And here we go again. I'm looking at something now since 21 hours ago. It said a stroke or committed suicide. Both of those are.
Wait a minute. Which one is it?
This was a while back. Nobody said anything about anything. So now, is that somebody speculating or? Well, you got to figure too. If when somebody dies by themselves, all the person reporting and putting that there is what they're going to assume. And there's not a lot of things you can do when you die by yourself. It's almost like playing tennis. It's a regular sport, but basketball is a team sport. So she didn't die around nobody.
Or suicide sounds very opposite of each other.
And they both can be obviously known.
That's the point I was making.
By a corner.
Yeah.
That's really obvious.
That sounds very opposite.
It sounds like
that's
somebody
almost
just went
like saying, she was either asleep or awake. Like, well, okay. Come on.
Who knows?
Nobody
was there? I mean, who was in her life? Did she have any significant others? Or it's so wide open, and they just closed the door already. And I don't know whether it's a black female or a black person, period. Nothing is said. There's nothing laid out. You would think the Olympic Commission or the Sports Commission or people would, as much as they talked about Aaron Rodgers, who was doing a bunch of nothing, going from the Green Bay Packers to the damn Jets. They talked about him every single
day. You're right about that.
I didn't hear Stephen A. Smith say anything about this girl here. It's an atrocity. It's an atrocity. It really is.
Okay. They really haven't said anything on the sports channel as well, Father?
They probably said the day she died, but it was only a 5-minute story and moved on.
Yeah, it was really just an announcement. That's all I saw.
Yeah, she died, blah, 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 blah. But Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, LeBron James, oh, my God, they choke a horse with that stuff.
Yeah, like where's the investigation? What's happening with getting to the root of what happened?
This girl was a champion.
Yeah, a U.S. Olympic champion.
In Rio de Janeiro.
And to be only 32?
32.
And for you to be an athlete,
and just won
that
recently.
means that you're usually in pretty good physical shape.
And just won recently.
Yeah, but I'm saying at 32, a well-trained athlete, things like, a stroke, yes, it could happen, but that's like very suspicious.
But like
That's
you said,
all I'm
both of them
saying.
are so different from each other. But like you said, somebody speculated that she was by herself. So yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't with this family. Yeah.
Well, God bless her and the memory of her and all of her accomplishments.
Yeah, Tori Bowie's her name.
Tori Bowie.
Tori Bowie.
Oh, well, yeah. I hope that people,
Okay.
family keep her memory going. Memory.
I say.
Yeah, build
Tori
a
Bowie.
shrine or some type of statue or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I should be singing "Ding Dong, the King is Dead," but anyway, these Republicans want this coronation of the king to be gone. Well, my topic tonight is not my king. These are some protesters over there in London. They're protesting the coronation of King Charles III. The UK Republicans want coronation to be the last. On his way to be crowned this week, King Charles III will travel by gilded coach through streets in red, white, and blue Union flags and pass a warning from history. This square stands a large bronze statue of King Charles I. He's a 17th century monarch deposed by Parliament, executed in 1649. Wow, it's a long time ago. So you see how long the monarch has been going on. So on Saturday, more than 1,500 protesters dressed in yellow for maximum visibility plan to gather beside it to chant "Not My King" as the royal procession goes on. Wow. So the Republican activists have long struggled to build momentum to dislodge Britain's 1,000-year-old monarchy. But they see the coronation as a moment of opportunity. As everybody knows, Queen Elizabeth, she reigned for over 70 years. But they're saying Charles is another matter. 74-year-old whose family feuds and firm opinions on everything from architect to the environment have been headlines for decades. So it sounds like they don't like this king. So it sounds like they're trying to abolish this monarchy. And
they need to.
Republicans there don't like it. I'm sorry?
I said I think they need to, but I keep my opinion to myself because I don't live there. I don't live under his rule.
Right. But it's just I mean, just the money and the time it's spent to do quote unquote royal things. Because they're saying this coronation is going to cost over $20 million. I'm like, who does that?
Yeah. And all the blatant luxuries.
Yeah, for what?
Right.
The blatant luxuries. They got see-through Mercedes and Range Rovers that are the latest. Oh, please don't even.
Yeah, it's
don't
really
even.
over
Wait till
the
you
top.
see the cars. Take a look at the cars alone. That's gonna blow your mind.
Mm-hmm. But they just saying it's just too much because think about it. A recession, people were in food lines and trying to live day to day. And here you are, portraying, this monarchy as being so strong and stable. You guys got skeletons in your closet yourself. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in what's poppin'. Believe me, I'm gonna go in hard.
So it's gonna be interesting to see.
It needs to go.
The protesters and how this coronation is going to go off. I guess they're going to keep them back as much as they can, but it's going to be interesting to see though.
Yeah, that's supposed to be broadcast. I'm not getting up to watch it. It's supposed to start broadcasting at 5 a.m. Tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody want to get up early Saturday morning at 5 o'clock, you can watch all of this craziness.
5 a.m.
They'll be, because it starts at 6. Because their time is, 12-hour difference, I think, or something.
It's about 6 or 7.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but East Coast time, it'll start around 5 a.m. But anyway, yeah, I'm with the protesters. Down with the king. Let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't understand what this coronation stuff was until I looked it up. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what it is? Just putting the crown on the king's head, that's it? And you got to do all of this?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's, what the whole monarchy, to me, is really all about pomp and circumstance. Everything is all about the procedure. You have to do things in a certain way. You turn something a certain way. You bring out a certain crown and with the jewels, and then somebody got to do this and that. It's just a whole bunch of ceremonial bull crap. But, this is what they do. He's been waiting for it. And Camilla, his side piece that got upgraded to wife, and now she's the queen consort.
Let me upgrade you.
Yeah, the queen consort, as her formal title is. Now, she'll be up there in the midst of all of this stuff when she was nothing but a side piece cheating hoe.
And I think that's what the whip is between the two brothers. Harry doesn't condone it. His brother, he goes along with it because he's gonna be next.
Yeah, he's in the groove. He's in the groove. Yep.
So,
But you know what? If they disassemble this whole monarchy structure, then brother isn't gonna have anything coming. But we'll see.
No, he's not.
We will see. Okay.
That's my story on that one.
All right. Well, I got one for you about your boy Dave Chappelle. Child, let me tell you. Dave Chappelle has been busy out there in Yellow Springs, Ohio, where he lives. Now, this is a small town, and as the story goes, he grew up in Washington, D.C., but by the time he was in middle school, he was spending summers with his father out in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So as he got older, he apparently he really liked that little town. So when he got older and had the means, he went back to Yellow Springs, Ohio. Then he started buying property. He decided to move there and stay there to basically when he left the Chappelle show. That's when he moved to Yellow Springs, Ohio. You remember when all of that happened and he turned down that, I think it was $1 million offer or something to continue doing the Chappelle show on, I think it was on the comedy channel. But he walked away from it. I think he went to Africa or something. And then he ended up moving to Yellow Springs, Ohio. So for the most part, it's been good news having him there in Yellow Springs. He started purchasing different spots around town. He was doing stand-up comedy shows in a barn in that area, in that town, rather. And, of course, that came in handy during the pandemic because nobody could go anywhere. So he started doing stand-up comedy in the field and out in the barns and stuff like that. And people were paying money to come out there to Yellow Springs and see him. So, of course, that was bringing money to this little town. Now, this little town only has about 3,700 residents. That's a little town. So when you have a Dave Chappelle doing comedy and the word goes out, people are coming from all over the country to sit out in a barn in Yellow Springs, Ohio, to watch Dave Chappelle. So money is coming into the town. Folks are staying in the little hotels. The restaurants are making money. Everybody's making money. So, as it turns out, the town, of course, being a small town, they have ordinances about different things like what you can and cannot do. Well, his stand-up comedy shows were breaking the ordinances. And, of course, his viewpoint was, damn the ordinance. I'm bringing jobs. I'm bringing money. Are y'all really going to complain because of a rule about what I'm supposed to not be doing? So they pretty much, looked the other way, let him go ahead and do it. Well, as time went on, he said, look, I brought over $4 million to this town. The town started getting on board with him. Stores and things started putting signs up in their stores saying, thanks, Dave. with the Dave Chappelle, the letter C from his logo, the little Thanks Dave signs on the windows and stuff. So everybody was skinning and grinning, making money. It was all good until Dave started buying up more property. Now, keep in mind, I said it's a small town. Dave Chappelle started buying up more and more property until he finally got to the point where he owned 20 different properties, and that was in 2020. And like I said, some people saw it as a good thing. He turned a firehouse into a comedy club that was not in use. He turned an old, unused schoolhouse into the new home for a national public radio station. So, you know, he's doing a lot of good things. But you got some people in this town of Yellow Springs that got an issue with Dave Chappelle owning so much land. And it came pretty much to a head back when there was a vote for, there was a proposed project where the town wanted to bring in some like low housing or affordable housing development. And Dave was like, no. And it wasn't that he was not trying to help the poor folks or the low-income people. His concern was if you let a developer come into this small town, they're not going to do what you think they're going to do. Once they get a foothold, it's going to be a whole different routine, and this small town will no longer be the Yellow Springs that you know now. So he said, I'm not with it. He argued with the you know, the town people. So anyway, by the time they got ready to vote, they were ready to vote to do it anyway. And Dave said, if y'all do this, I'm going to pull up everything and bounce. Now, if that's what you want, no problem. I'll take everything I'm doing and go elsewhere. And the town decided, no, we don't want to do that, the people who have the voice in the town. So he got what he wanted. They squashed the project. And then he quietly, after the fact, went and bought the land that they were trying to build this low-income project on. So what's happening now is you got the town is kind of split with those that are saying, applauding Dave Chappelle and what he's doing, and those that are giving him the side eye, like, how this black man owning the town now? Because he's bought so much land, he's becoming bit by bit the dominant landowner. And what's interesting to me is that with these small towns, that's usually done by one white man and his family, town by town. You know, that's how these towns come up with these names, you know, like Graysonville and Johnsonville and all. It's named after the person who owns the majority of the town. Hey, he's not asking them to change anything like that. But you have some people, like this one white woman was said to a black person in the town, I never thought I would live in a town owned by a black man. So I thought, well, that was very telling. But I just find it very interesting that it was no problem when everybody was laughing and grinning and making money. But now that Dave is owning more and more of the land, folk are like, wait a minute, we got to do something. So now some of the signs in the store windows that said, thanks, Dave, have disappeared. You know, that's the kind of bull crap that's going on. And in a nutshell, all I'm saying is that if Dave Chappelle looked like, what's that redhead boy that stole Marvin Gaye's song?
Ed Sheeran.
If Dave Chappelle looked like Ed Sheeran, this would not even have made the news. It would have just been business as usual. That's all I'm saying.
He needs to run for some kind of public office in that town.
He might as well.
This way he could see what changes are being made.
I mean, he goes to all of those, you know, civic meetings or board, whatever they call them, community meetings. That's how he stopped that low-income project. Because he was there at the meeting, and he told them, no, if y'all do this, I'm out. I will sell everything that I had. I will take up stakes, and I will be out of here. And they didn't want to lose him. It's like you don't want him to do what he's doing, but yet you don't want to lose him either.
Right. Interesting. It's really an interesting story. I see. You're right. His parents separated, so he was spending time in Ohio and he spent time in D.C. But he grew up in Silver Spring. He went to Eastern High for a minute, but he did eventually go to Duke Ellington. It was a fascinating story. Interesting.
Yeah, he spent his summers with his father out there in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Right, so he grew to like it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I think once he was there summer after summer, he said, this place is all right, because it's kind of diverse there as well. And I think he felt like, you know what, when I get a chance, I'm gonna go back. And then when he went back, and he liked what he saw, he decided I'm gonna put down stakes right here. I don't need to be in the middle of all of the whatever going on. I need to be in a little town.
5 acres of land, so he's going to be there for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
But he wasn't playing when he said, if y'all do this, I will sell all of my holdings and get up out of here, and y'all can figure it out. Because he was saying the town was dying. Businesses had closed up. You got 3,700 people there in this little town. If nothing new was happening to bring new life and new income into this town, the town would have slowly died.
So you think he was just a big influence on doing that? Doesn't mean boosting it up?
Yeah. He actually did it. It wasn't about an influence. He did it. By renovating those old buildings, bringing a new theater for stand-up comedy. Now, that's bringing new stand-up comics that can come and perform there. There could be stand-up comics in the town who never thought they would have a shot at it because there was no venue for it. Now there is. A new building for National Public Radio there, to keep doing that. He's doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's doing a lot.
Yeah, they need to just those that are haters need to get over his complexion. And as who was that said this song, Let the Gentleman Do His Thing? What song was that from? Staple Singers.
Yeah, respect.
That's it. Respect yourself. And they said, let the gentleman do his thing. That's what they need to do. So I'm going to have to put that town's haters on the kiss it list. But that's all I got. All right. I guess we can go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back with Ketel and the cocktail of the week on the Pajama Party Show. You know how we do. We'll be right back after this break.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof, because as War said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City. All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of you, Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, it's time for Ketel and the cocktail of the week. All right, Ketel, what you got for us for Cinco de Mayo?
All right. Sit back and relax. Love Hennessy and want something new to do with it? Try the Hennessy Margarita. There you go, Pop.
Ooh.
Pairing this classic cognac with aged tequila, lime, and orange liqueur makes a seriously sophisticated drink. This is like a combination of a classic sidecar and a margarita. Sounds good to me. This dates back to Mexico, 1930. So, interesting. Hennessy Margarita. Let me tell you what's in it.
Sounds exotic.
1.5 ounces of tequila, Respirado. Of course, everyone loves that. 1 ounce of Hennessy Cognac. 1 ounce of Contour or Triple Sec, whichever you prefer. 1/2 ounce of lime juice, and for the garnish, lime wedges. We're going to put a rim around the glass, salted, around the glass. Place the tequila, Hennessy, Contour, and lime juice in a cocktail shaker with 1 handful of ice cubes and shake until cold. Strain the margarita into the glass with the salted rim. Fill the glass with ice and serve. And of course, the garnish with the lime wedge. And that is the Hennessy margarita.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me shake it up.
Have you think of the Mongo? What is it? What is it called?
That's the Hennessy margarita.
No, I'm talking about what is this? Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Had to get it right. Look, I done had too many Hennessy margaritas.
Yeah, I was going to say, put the glass down, Ketel. She said, what is it called? I said, the Hennessy margarita. She said, no, the Cinco de Mayo. You cut off, Ketel. Cut off.
All right.
So that's the Hennessy margarita. Ooh, that sounds good. I would definitely try that. All right. Thank you, Ketel, for that one. The Hennessy margarita. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you. How you doing? All right, Poppa DD. You're up next. Take the mic. It's time for What's Poppin'. What's poppin', Poppa DD?
Well.
What's poppin'?
You know, it's so hard to look at the stuff going on in England with all the jazz about to go down without taking it real personal, you know. I think that sometimes when the royals do stuff, they want to put a royal British spin on things so people don't look at it so personal, because it is very personal. I mean, if you have followed the royals for any particular time, you would see and you would look at it, and you can't just let them throw good times and money at stuff and make everything look and seem so normal. And it's the same way it is with our families. If you look at the royals, they're not far from our families at all. The same stuff that's going down with them is going on in any hood family in the world. The hood acting, you know? But anything and anybody. It all begins with the two sides of the family, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't there where families begin?
Yeah.
Two sides.
Two
which is your father's side and your mother's side. Okay? And you want to know what's happening with the British people? Just think about your own family. Think about your daddy's last name and your mother's last name. All right? And then figure which side of that family are you on. Okay? Or you could be cut in the middle. That's possible too. I got a couple brothers and sisters that are cut down the middle somewhat. But me personally, I'm strictly on my mother's side of the family. No disrespect to my father. Love him with all my heart. God rest his soul. But I ain't like them jokers. I'm more on my mother's side for different reasons. You know, and those, they remain nameless. But if you look at the royals, it's the same way. And if you're of a certain age, you've seen the whole saga. You know, ever since Princess Di. Take a look at Princess Di, her attitude, her disposition, her beauty, her kindness, her loving and caringness and everything like that. And when she took all that back to the castle, what'd they do? They frowned on that shit. They said, we some ugly motherfuckers with money. We don't give a fuck about that. You know? They like, hey, we ballers, shot callers. We don't need all this beauty. We cool. Although the queen, you know, when she was younger, she was a beautiful lady. You know? But when Charles brought her home, and her maiden name was Spencer, okay? When he brought Miss Spencer home, it changed everything. Because they looked and she didn't fall in the scheme of things. And the biggest problem was the woman that William married, his wife. She came in and she was mediocre. Remember the wedding with her and remember her sister?
Oh, yeah.
What was her sister? Pippa. Because Pippa had a nice ass at the wedding, and everybody at the end of the wedding was talking about, instead of talking about Kate, they were talking about Pippa's ass. Because I think at the reception she had some white pants on with a little fat ass. Oh, did you see her buttocks? She had nice buttocks. Pippa has nice buttocks. Anyway, just show you how fast the William and Kate can get upstage. Kate got upstage by her own damn sister. Now, but when Kate got into the royal family, she began to like this shit. She said, hell, these motherfuckers got cars and money and money and money, you know? Because they went out in the village and met all these girls, you know? So anyway, she came in and started talking to the queen and everything. All of a sudden, they got married. And she right there with the queen, getting all the knowledge. The queen said, look, somebody got to take this shit over. Okay? So you need to groom yourself, girl. Yada, 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 yada. You know, William's a nice kid. Good guy. He's older than Harry. He's next in line. He said, so what you want to do, bitch? You want to be a queen or what one day? You know? She said, yeah, fuck it. I'll groom him up. I'll give him to pump some babies in my ass. Yeah, do that because we need somebody to take over. Because if you have a baby, then it won't go to Harry. Because Harry, with all that red hair, we don't know where the fuck he came from. So anyway, all of a sudden, she got 2 or 3 babies, which dropped Harry down the list as far as taking over. He was like, fuck it. This motherfucker have 3 goddamn kids. I ain't going to never have it because it's all in the order of what the oldest person got. So he's like number 4th in line. But you never know, though. Because you never know who can pass on or whatever, you know. God forbid, they could be in a car accident and kill every fucking body, you know. And Harry got to come up in there. But anyway, that's a Mormon thought, so forgive me, God, for saying that. Anyway, it's at the point now where all of a sudden, and the sons even said that their mother was in a marriage of 3, meaning the woman now. What's her name? Camilla? Mm-hmm. Camilla was always around. No matter what, when Diane got mad at him and they weren't talking, Camilla was always around. I'm like, where the fuck? What the fuck? Always around. All of a sudden, they end up getting divorced. Where was Camilla? Right there, right? Mm-hmm. Right there. Then that tragic night when they would chase him around and she was in there with her, where Princess Di now was dating a man from Egypt. They was getting close. The scandal was there. They're about to get married. All of a sudden, here comes that big old chase around the city, following the paparazzi. Chase him in the tunnel. Chase him in the tunnel. Tunnel's about a mile long. All kind of twists and turns and shit. And that scene in the tunnel turned out, I believe, just like that royal family wanted it to turn out. And it was a goddamn shame. Okay? Because that gorgeous woman died in that tunnel just like that. And at the time, where was Camilla? Right there, right? Right there. Now she's a confidant at the damn funeral. Oh, that's Camilla. That's his friend. She's a confidant. My ass. He was fucking her the whole time. And it's just a mess. And now, and to end with this, Harry was peeping the whole move. He's saying, damn, these motherfuckers are fucked up. You know? They don't give a shit about me. They already grabbed William and Kate, took them into the castle and shit, groomed them to be the next people. I'm out here by myself. So that's when Harry was out there hanging out, partying, all that shit. Remember that? Bullshit.
Yeah, he was out wilding out.
Wilding out, but then he met old girl. You know? Yeah. And it kind of slowed him out and straightened him up, you know?
Sure did.
He's fucking married her. And she didn't look black, but then when her mom came to England, he said, oh, shit. His mother brown skin black, like a Michelle Obama brown skin. So that's when the racial shit came into play. Now but to me, the moral of the story is this here. You never know who's who or what's what. We can't live this life on imagery or racial situations or whatever. Because you know what? Megan's kids are going to grow up the same way same way William's kids are going to grow up. And they're going to be cousins. Okay? They're going to be first cousins. And they're going to be talking, and they're going to have their own. 20 years from now, they're going to have their own fucking opinion. Okay? 30 years from now, they're going to have their own opinion. And the other boys, William and Harry, are going to be gray like their father. And their father probably be dead by then. So it just goes to show you in the long run that life is really a monkey. You know what I mean? You never know who's who, what's what, how it all happens, who did what, who backstabbed who sabotaged what, and all that's called is family. That shit goes on everywhere, damn near with everybody. Who chooses who based on whether you're on your mother's side or your daddy's side. And that's where your attitude lies. Unless you're caught in the middle. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Right. Got to figure it out, huh?
Yeah, it's heavy.
All right. Well, thank you for that one. That's something to think about.
I agree with Harry 100%.
Yeah, I agree with Harry.
Harry's his own man.
He got out of there, and I'm glad he did.
But they didn't care about him.
But let me just say this. It's sad that they think that the wife had something to do with him leaving. That was his choice. And once they got married, they became one. So they chose, okay, this is best for our family. Once she became pregnant, this is best for our family because that would have been too much stress for her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because it was getting crazy over there. Anytime somebody's asking you about is the baby going to look like,
how dark is the baby going to be?
Is the baby, and all this kind of stuff. Like, why are you concerned about that?
Because they never had that kind of shit
That's still
before.
Family.
They never had that kind of shit
I'm
before.
saying if the baby came out polka dot and plaid, it's still family. So why are you even asking that kind of question? So they clearly felt comfortable enough to ask.
But it's sad because, just like I said, this coronation is getting ready to go on. This king, he has the nerve to bring, like you said, his mistress. Now, I mean, come on.
She's been upgraded.
I bet Jerry really does not want to be there. But the brother, he drank the Kool-Aid, so, okay, now I'm the next in line, so I got to do this.
Oh, yeah, he drank the Kool-Aid. You right about that.
He sure did.
But
he took a bath in it.
Don't leave out Kate, though. Kate's all up in it, too. She's all...
That's why she was popping out those babies so fast. That's why.
Yeah, she was. 3 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, they know what they were doing. Yeah. But I'm saying they drank the Kool-Aid, but I'm just saying it's just sad that, they have to go through all that. I mean, just need to do away with that coronation shit. Bye, Felicia.
You know what was, to me, what's even sadder is that there are still different, I don't know if it's cities or countries or whatever, that still fall under the reign of the UK. That they still have rules.
Everybody's paying them. They're getting money from everybody.
Different countries that are pissed because it's like, okay, we gotta, bow to you and we gotta abide by your rules and we pay our taxes to you, but you're not giving us anything in return.
Right.
That's why. What was that country in the islands that got out from under that, like last year? Was it Virgin Island? I thought it was like Barbados or something. I don't remember which one, but there was some place in the Caribbean that used to be under their dominion and stuff, and they went through the whole process to, I don't know if it's called succeeding or what, but they got out from under it, and now they are self-ruling. They voted their first ruler, queen, or president, or whatever. I don't think it's a queen. I think it was a president.
Yeah.
It was a black woman who got that position, won the election, And now they are ruling themselves. They are no longer having to kiss the behind of the UK.
The Caribbean has been ruled by the British forever.
For umpteen thousands.
That's why you see a lot of older
years.
Jamaican people. I've worked with a couple of Jamaican people. All they did was they had nothing but respect for white people. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all? But just go to show you that their parents.
They've been taught that.
They've been taught that from British rule.
Exactly.
That they just kiss the white people's asses.
That's just how it was. Because if the queen is your supreme ruler, then that's what you're taught from school, from the day you go to school all the way through your life. That's what you're taught.
Yeah.
So.
But I just like I said, look at it 20 years from now and see where Meghan's kids are with William's kids and see how they get along. And that's what's going to change everything. Dad, why you want me to stay away from Uncle Harry's son? What's up with that? When they start asking those questions.
But like you said, when they get older, they'll have their own way of thinking, and they will do what they want to do.
You better believe they will.
All right, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to shift gears and go into the weird news. And I've got the first one. I got a crazy one for you. I've got an Arkansas woman has pleaded not guilty to selling boxes of stolen human body parts. Now, this is crazy. This woman said that she's not guilty to the charges about how she stole these stolen body parts from a medical school. Now, and what she did with them is she sold them on Facebook for $11,000. It's crazy. Her name is Candace Chapman Scott. She's a 36-year-old former mortuary services worker, and she's accused of selling 20 boxes of everything from human skin to skulls to a man in Pennsylvania, according to the federal grand jury indictment. Now, Miss Scott, was charged with 12 counts of mail fraud, wire fraud, and interstate transportation of stolen property. According to the court documents, Scott worked for a company that offered commercial cremation services. One of their clients was an anatomy lab at the University of Arkansas that used donated cadavers for medical education and research. So on one of the company's scheduled pickup days, she sent a message to the owner of a Facebook group explaining how she acquires these corpses and asked him, the Facebook group owner, she asked the man, do you know anybody in the market to buy a fully intact, embalmed brain? And she sent pictures of 2 brains and a heart to this man. So the man, the Facebook group owner, offered her $1,200 on PayPal, and he gave her pointers about how to ship organs to him in Pennsylvania through the Postal Service. So apparently he knows how to wrap it, package it some kind of way where the mailman will take it and nobody will, be the wiser. So he's giving her inside info on this is what you do. So over the course of the next 9 months, she was shipping that man. She shipped him an ear, an arm, some lungs, livers, kidneys, hands, breasts, penises, fetuses, skin, skulls, and a whole human head. And in exchange, he paid her $10,975 in 16 separate PayPal transfers. And each time, Scott returned the rest of the remains cremated to the school. So the indictment didn't name the buyer, but separate state charges connect the case to a Pennsylvania resident named Jeremy Lee Pauley, who's 40 years old. This man has been charged with receiving stolen goods, and Pauley's Facebook page is still selling a human hand and a full set of human ribs, which he claims came from France. I'm like,
why do they want these parts? Why do they want these parts?
I don't know. Why do people do anything they do? Look, they're selling human skin. What does anybody do with skin like that? I mean, if you're not a scientist,
or something, they're trying to get somebody else. But once a person dies, it's no good, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what any of these weirdos are doing with these body parts like that. Sound like some freaky shiggity to me. And that's my weird news. Isn't that crazy? All right, we'll keep it moving. Ketel, you're up. What's your weird news?
Oh, this is crazy. Some pasta dumping 500 pounds of cooked pasta in the wood near Bridge, New Jersey. You know where that is, Pop? Old Bridge, New Jersey. Massive spaghetti dumps appeared in a river basin and became big news after the city council posted it, photos of the spaghetti spill on the Old Bridge, New Jersey. It was like the song on top of a spaghetti, all covered with cheese. Okay.
I know that song.
Okay. Other than the business administrator of Old Bridge Township suggested the pasta was just wet from the rain. Let me see. 15 wheelbarrows loads of pasta were illegally dumped in the woods near a creek, but said the spaghetti was uncooked. I guess the rain got to it, and I guess it got wet or looked wet. The police are investigating the incident, but there was no word on whether the pasta dump was the work of one person or group. So, that's just crazy. Somebody dumping pasta in the woods.
That's a lot of pasta.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You said it was how many pounds? 500.
500 pounds. Mm-hmm.
Good gracious.
I don't know. It's
That's
crazy.
A lot of
somebody sabotaging something to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Okay, that's why it's the weird news. Okay, I guess somebody will confess to it at some point and say, "Oh, that was from our restaurant. It was expired, so we dumped it in the woods." I don't know. All right, Poppa DD, what's your weird news tonight?
Old Bridge, I think, is up near Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, is it?
This is about, it's in Austin, Texas.
Oh.
Where you know people at, Redwine.
Hey. Their motto is keep it weird.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is a Texas high school under siege for raccoons. Now, apparently, these raccoons have been living up in this joint forever because they're embedded in there. Students and teachers at Texas high school said they had to repeatedly evict an unusual category of unwanted guests, which is raccoons. The recent raccoon sightings was at a school called McCullum High School in Austin. Began with a dead raccoon found in the walls on March 10th.
Oh, gosh.
And the incident was followed up by a raccoon being caught in a live trap in a science classroom. Now, they caught a raccoon in a classroom in a trap.
They got traps for raccoons in a classroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
This happened on April 10th. And three raccoons were being spotted running down the hallway.
Come on now.
On April 26th. This is all recently.
So the coons are just running wild.
Yeah, apparently they have taken over and nest, and the raccoon sightings inside the school have become so frequent that Instagram accounts called McRaccoon Updates was started to keep track of the visits. This one student named Noah Barnes, he's a sophomore who writes about the raccoon in the school newspaper. Said he researched, uncovered the school's long pest and raccoon problems for years. He said this problem was going on in the 80s, and 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. So these raccoons have built a nest up underneath the school, and they bombarded. So they've tried many pest control. One pest control company seems to be working. They're called Pest Management Department, and they hire professional wildlife removal specialists at a high cost, but they said it's necessary. So right now they're paying big money.
They're spending money now.
Well, they just knocked down the damn building. If it's that bad, I mean, what are you gonna do? And raccoons are one of the biggest and highest carriers of rabies.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
So
if one of those raccoons bites one of those students, that school's going to get...
And they will, if you corner their ass, they will bite you to get by.
Yeah, they're looking at a lawsuit if they don't do something and get that under control.
So if you're looking to enroll your kids in school...
Don't go there, huh?
Not at all.
And where is this again? Austin?
Austin, Texas. McCollum High School.
It's a high school.
McCollum High School.
And they've been fighting raccoons since when?
Since the 80s.
Yeah, they got something going on. They must have built that school on top of a raccoon community or something.
Yeah, well, look how many homes they build in communities. Right, can you come outside and the deer's right there in your yard?
Yeah, you're right about that.
That was his crib at one time.
All right. Well, that wraps up the weird news for this week. Let's see. Can we keep it going? I'm ready to go.
Go ahead.
All right, let's keep it going. Can I get my intro, please?
All right, Redwine, but I'm just saying. Take away, Redwine.
All right. Tonight, my topic for I'm just saying is I'm talking about the strike going on with the Writers Guild going on in Hollywood right now. So I'm calling it no pay, no play. Now, the Writers Guild, like I said, is on strike. The writers are basically just tired of being overworked and underpaid. I mean, that's it, bottom line. And especially for getting low pay for the projects that they write, particularly when it's on a streaming platform. See, I didn't realize that there were all these different ways that the writers are getting paid. Now, the writers decided that enough was enough, and I'm just saying, I agree. No pay, no play. Now, that means for us, unfortunately, we're about to be inundated with reruns after rerun after rerun, and anything that was already produced or written, I should say, not produced, but anything that the writers have already written, once all of that stuff airs, we're going to start getting the reruns. Then you'll start getting new reality shows and things that don't really need as much writing. Then you deal with the scabs, and that's the people that will cross the picket line. Those will be the writers that are not union writers. They are not part of the Writers Guild of America. They'll start, some of the companies will start bringing those people in. And the reality is that if you really were legit, you would be part or a member of the WGA, Writers Guild of America. So we're about to get hit with all the reruns and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, the writers are being asked to write it fast, write it well, and they're not getting really paid. They're making some money, but in many cases, they're not even able to support their families. There's a lot of writers in Hollywood that are writing full-time and then working part-time gigs, because what's been happening is that writing in Hollywood has started to become part of what they call the gig economy. Gig meaning like, you know, almost like a day job. You do something on a certain project, you get whatever amount that they tell you that's all you're going to get, and that's all you're going to get. And then if that project turns out to be like a blockbuster hit, everybody else is making all this extra money, but the writers, they only got whatever they, you know, were getting at the time of the deal, and that's it. The residuals are so small for a lot of these projects. And the root of the problem really goes down to streaming, because streaming is kind of a new technology. That's not something that was in the original contract with the Writers Guild of America. That contract basically covered things like television, movies, feature films, you know, things like that in those categories. And then streaming became a thing, especially during the COVID pandemic. So now once streaming became a thing, well, the contract didn't cover that. So Hollywood has been getting over because the contract didn't really specify what happens with that. It's similar to the problem that musical artists experience when their music is streamed on things like Spotify. They are not getting paid the way they should be getting paid when their music gets streamed. And that's what's happening with the writers. So I'm all for the strike. I say strike, walk the picket line, carry your sign, don't give in. I know it's going to be hard, but don't give in because Hollywood got plenty money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folk that are sitting at the top of the ladder making all the money, and then they just trickle down change for everybody else to fight over. It's like when you see somebody throw some money on the street and everybody scrambles trying to get it. That's pretty much what they're doing, and it's not right. So I'm all for the strike. I agree, no pay, no play. And it's companies like Netflix. Matter of fact, the CEO of Netflix, this guy, I'm going to put him on the kiss it list. This guy's name is Reed Hastings. Reed Hastings, CEO of Netflix. And that's where part of the protest has been going on. This man will reportedly earn a $650,000 salary this year on top of a $34 million stock option that he's got. And that's just Netflix. You got HBO, you got Showtime, you got Hulu. There's so many streaming platforms. New ones came out during the pandemic because folks said we're going to capitalize on this. People are home. They want to watch stuff. Let's come up with something. BET Plus came about. Gosh, there's so many. ESPN Plus. All of these networks started coming out, cable networks started coming out with streaming platforms because everybody saw how lucrative it was, but nobody's looking out for the writers. The writers are the ones that create the content. If nobody writes this stuff, you got nothing. And you would think that they would acknowledge that and do right. But these money-grabbing whores just want to get all the money and then let everybody else fight over the change that they leave over. So I'm just saying, you can't tell me the companies like Netflix don't have money. If this man has a $34 million stock option and on top of a salary of $650,000, y'all need to do right by the writers. So that's all I'm saying. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, no pay, no play. Shout out to the picketers, the protesters. If you're in the Los Angeles area, if you see people protesting and you're driving, blow your horn as you go by. Put your fist up. Power to the people. Power to the protesters. Y'all keep on marching. This is some bull crap.
All right, that was a good one. All right.
Some bull crap. They should be shaming themselves out there in Hollywood, but of course they're not.
Of course not. They gonna do what they gonna do. They in a bubble. You know that.
Yeah, they figure, hey, it's our world. So, all right. See how long your world lasts when nobody writes anything to put in your world. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Poppa DD, living for the city. What's happening in the city?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Netflix and Hulu. I used to watch Hulu years ago on the job. That was just a movie channel on the internet. It didn't cost nothing. Just pull up Hulu.com and you just look a list of movies. Now everybody, not just that. You ever notice with everything, there's nothing connected to anything anymore. Everything's connected to the mega universe. Anything you want to do, buy, sell, or whatever, I wouldn't even know how to sell a car right now. You know? I mean, I guess I could put a sign on it and put it in the driveway or something, but other than that, all that's been taken over by all these different conglomerates that are out there, you know. I can't even mention some of the names of these car dealerships, you know. And not even dealerships, the ones that come along and they got the different vroom and You know, what's the name?
Yeah.
Someone doing CarMax and
Carvana.
Everything is all over the place. There's nothing simple anymore. Everything you go to do, I was trying to buy some parts for my car. And there's so many different places that allegedly have car parts, you know, geek parts, you name it. Oh, my God. Autoparts.com and everything is just a locked behind a big conglomerate. You know, we're just such victims of every little institution that's out there. You know, we just a victim of it. Then they got nerve to tell you that they're going to charge people that are sharing their password with people. What the hell do you think they're going to do? You think because you charge somebody $34 a month for Netflix, you think and all you got to do to get on it is have a username and a password. Did you think from the very beginning people wasn't going to pass that on to their family members? What the fuck? I mean, that what they call that, the honor system or something like that. Saying, okay, you can park in this parking lot, but when you leave out, you got to put $20 in this bowl. Nobody's watching you, but we're gonna make sure you're honest. But I don't understand. I just don't understand. And Netflix acting like they need the money when they know how many true subscriptions they have. And subscription life is the best life you can have. That means you know exactly how much money you're going to get every month. You can even have a bank take over that account. You can go to Wells Fargo and say, look, I have a business where people subscribe to my business and, you know.
Yeah, that's guaranteed money.
I wonder if you can handle this because I want y'all to run it, Wells Fargo, because I got 2,500 people that are going to send you $50 a month. Every month, guaranteed. But in Netflix case, they got 25 million. And why do you think they got all these movies on there? Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and man, you go to Netflix, you can sit there and be entertained all night on Netflix like it's nothing, you know? And like you said, that's where the breakdown is. Because every time people go to do something slick or do something where they're saving money, they don't bring everybody with them. It's a whole new phase. So like you said, the writers are out there because they're not part of the hustle. You had actors complaining because they didn't know that their movie was going to be streaming when they was expecting it to go in the movies.
That's right.
So now you're not getting that true money because the streaming service is making money off of it. Because everybody, it's just, the world's becoming a complete mess anymore. I try to call a cable company to get cable in the house. You call DirecTV, you call all these people. Nobody's giving a bargain on cable. And don't get ESPN or something like that. Now they got to charge you all these different sports, fees for if you want. You want the football. If you get NFL Network, we got to charge you this here because there's going to be football games on there. You got to pay the fees for the football. What the hell? Back to last year, I think the last 2 years before Bush got out, you can blame the younger George Bush, George H.W. Bush, the young guy, not his father. About a year or so, 2 years before he got out of office, he changed the world over from analog to digital. Okay, he was lobbied by all these digital people, who was the HBOs and the Xfinities, Comcast, Verizon. They lobbied the hell out of him. And what they do, they do the switch. Turn the world over to digital. Which means now you can't throw rabbit ears in the air no more on the porch with the TV. TV not going to work. If you ain't got cable, you ain't getting shit. Unless you get a antenna. Now, what's more apropos nowadays is to put the antenna back up on the roof. Remember we was little and we had a...
So we going back to that now?
Everything's going back because we should never left. Remember everybody had big antennas on the roof tied to the chimney? Had a big old metal band on the chimney with the antenna up and run the wire down there and run on the TV. Boop! You do that, you'll get frequency again. But it's sad we got rid of that, just like we did with plastic bags in the stores. Everybody went plastic. Now where we at now? Paper. Again, back when you were younger, you went in the supermarket, they doubled your paper bag. You took the paper bag out of the supermarket because paper is all they had. They didn't have plastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Japanese or somebody brought us some damn plastic bags.
I don't know.
They called them
They
t-shirts.
said the plastic was filling up in the landfill.
Yeah, that shit
not
don't,
recyclable.
It doesn't.
All of that. It doesn't disintegrate or something.
It doesn't bio.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not biodegradable.
Exactly. So we went back to everything we're going back to normal. It's a damn shame. And the last thing I want to talk about is this whole guy that gets away with murder. This guy's fucking everybody. I don't think nobody even cares. He does it so smooth, and he's about to divorce again. If you want to stick everybody in Hollywood, why you keep getting married? I don't understand. Everybody love him. If you lined up all the women this guy slept with, it will blow your mind.
Who's this?
Who am I talking about?
I don't know. Ketel, any guesses?
What's
Think
that?
about it.
Any guesses on what?
The guy that's
Who's a male in Hollywood that's screwing everybody?
older guy. He ain't young now. He's older. Older guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy who's driving for Miss Daisy. I'm talking about him, one.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He's got that show called Yellowstone or something like that.
Oh, Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin Costner is sleeping with every woman in Hollywood.
Oh, no.
Everybody knows it, but don't nobody speak on it. You name it.
No.
You name it. You pull up the history of all the women Kevin Costner slept with, it will blow your mind.
Mm.
But then he gets divorced and ends up giving his wife $20 million.
All right, I'll put him on the kissing
He done been married for the last 15 years, 3 times. Every wife walked away with $20 million. If you want to fuck everybody, why you keep getting married? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
Pull up Kevin Costner's lovers. Oh, my Lord.
I'm going to put him on the kiss it list as the Hollywood hoe.
He is truly and getting away with it.
Because everybody loves Kevin Costner.
They love him. Give him some pussy. Y'all love him. I love him. Give him some pussy. I'm going to give him some pussy. I love him.
Okay. All right. It's time for Ketel in the Hollywood wrap-up.
Pull him up if you get an opportunity. Pull up
Woo!
Kevin Costner. It'll blow your
I
mind.
did not know that Kevin Costner was rolling like
Woo,
I didn't
man,
either. Hey, I guess that's how he got Whitney, I guess. I'm not sure.
yeah,
I guess
he's a
so.
Hollywood stud. He was messing with that black girl. What's her name in that show, The Help? They had a little fling.
Viola Davis?
No, not
Viola
Viola. The other
Davis?
one. They have that other one, little heavy set one.
I don't believe that, but anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's his name?
oh yeah. Pull it up. Pull it
I
up.
know you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
I can picture her
Oh,
face.
y'all know
I
what I'm
can't
talking about, but you
remember
don't
her
believe it.
name. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't call
But
her
you know
name
what,
right now.
sometimes, a lot of times when they pair people up, just because they're hanging out or good friends, don't mean that they're dating. But
Or they're fucking. Anyway.
you just gave me a good segue. But come on, Papa, come on with my music.
All right, come on with the intro
y'all
for
ready?
Hollywood. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Hollywood. Hollywood.
All right, Ketel.
Talking about sleeping around, I rarely talk about this entertainment, but she's about to get on my last nerve. Taylor Swift. She is rumored to be dating the front man, Matty Healy. He is with this group 1975. Now, just about a month ago, after the news broke that Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend of 6 years, his name was Joe Alwyn, the Grammy Award winner seems to be moving on. But I think my thing is now she's dating someone else, so after her major concert, she's going to make it official that they're together, the guy Matty Healy from the 1975 group.
I heard of him.
she has a concert in Nashville, so she's gonna, they're gonna come out with it. I'm like, okay, one, that's nobody's business. Two, why is it every time that you break up, you write a song, but then two, you have to announce that you're with someone else? I mean, you just left this man, what, a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago?
Yeah,
and then
she's a mess.
For 6 months, now all of a sudden you with someone else. I mean, come on. Some of the madly
I'm gonna put her on the kisses list.
Stuff I don't even believe. I just don't believe it. But, okay. Anyway, moving on. Billy Lord and Mark Hamill honor our princess Carrie Fisher at the Walk of Fame ceremony. After forever shaping a galaxy far, far away, Carrie Fisher has earned her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They made May 4th, a.k.a. Star Wars Day, like you were saying earlier, Redwine. Fisher's daughter, Billy Lord, and beloved co-star Mark Hamill paid tribute to the late actress and writer, helping to unveil her long-awaited star. She died in 2016. She was only 60. Wow. I mean, kudos to her, but I don't like the fact that the daughter did not invite. Carrie Fisher has three other siblings, a brother and two other sisters. They were not invited to come.
Oh, that's not nice.
The daughter claims that they exploited her when she passed away, because they were selling books at that same time, and they were exploiting her. So I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but is that verified, or is she just being a hater?
I don't know. I mean, in her darkest time, I guess a lot was going on, and you're like, selling books, like, you should be by this girl's side, so.
Yeah.
It's always family drama. But,
that family is tripping for real. They got
it's just a lot of money at stake as well. It's a $20 million estate that she has, but they don't seem like they're trying to grab at the estate. It's just, I guess he just thought the daughter just thought that was very inappropriate, I guess. Okay, moving on to an update on the Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran did not violate Let's Get On copyright. The U.S. jury finds him not guilty.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
correct.
Maybe him singing and playing the guitar in the courtroom might have helped. But
whatever.
Hey,
they were his fans.
I call bull crap on that.
Well, I think the defense.
Unless they take it any further, I guess that's their verdict right now. Okay. Also, Prince. Purple Lane's bill calling for Minnesota highway signs to honor Prince passes in the Senate. The late pop superstar Prince will have a highway named after him in his home state, following a vote by Minnesota lawmakers. The Senate voted was 55-5. Who of those people didn't want that? To rename the highway that runs past Prince's Paisley Park Museum and Studios. Among those watching was his oldest sister, Sharon Nelson. The bill passed the House unanimously last month on the 7th anniversary of Prince's death, and now goes to the governor, which he'll probably sign. So, kudos to
Yay!
Yep.
That just gives me another reason to go visit.
Okay, there you go. Also, Bridgerton, back in the news. They have a new spinoff. Has the most outrageous sex scenes yet. The Netflix hit Bridgerton now has a spinoff show that means there will be more balls, old-fashioned romance, and yes, lots of sex. As it turns out, Queen Charlotte, Bridgerton's story, which is the new spinoff, has the most outrageous and scandalous scenes yet. Interesting.
I love her. She is awesome.
Yeah. So this is a prequel, how she became queen. So.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I have to catch up. Yeah, I have to catch up on Bridgerton. Yeah, I really do. Well, if you thought Juwanna Mann was gone, guess what? It is not. Miguel Nunez Jr. says Juwanna Mann's sequel is in the works.
Come on, brother.
Confident
Really?
that all will embrace the new film. The sequel to the 2002. Wow, that was what, 20-something years ago? Romantic comedy drama, Juwanna Mann famously starred Miguel Nunez. He says that the sequel is in the works. So, would you go see Juwanna Mann too?
No. I enjoyed the first one. It was, lightweight. It was comedy. It was cute.
Yeah.
But come on now, really?
Yeah, but it'll be more popular these days with all the different transitional stuff and everything going on.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
It'd be very popular.
He did mention that the
yes, of course.
LGBT
yeah, I'm sure
community,
they all
would
behind
embrace it. So
yeah, that's what it was all about. It was all about transition and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he's still not trying to play basketball.
Yeah. Just a last mention, Keke Palmer makes boss moves during Atlanta Film Festival as first-time director. So he has a documentary coming out about, where she came from, grew up, and all that. It's a documentary. So this is her director debut. So kudos to her. Keke Palmer, mother, director, actress, and everything. So she's doing it all.
Okay.
Kudos to her.
Yeah, she's doing good. I'm proud of her.
All right, Keke.
That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right. Thank you. Good info. Yeah, I'll be watching that Bridgerton spinoff because I really like Bridgerton. Shonda Rhimes did her thing on Bridgerton.
What about the other movie that just came out with that brother called Cabaret or something? Or Cabaret?
Yeah.
Cabaret? I want to see that.
Yeah, that was another movie set in that time period.
Yeah,
where
the
he
black
was
guy. He was
a violinist. Is that what he is?
He was everything. He was a violinist. He was a wrestler.
Or something, and
he was.
Yeah, that looked interesting too. All right. Well, Poppa DD, can you explain what is the Kiss It list? Because that's where we're going now.
Kiss list is a breakdown of everybody that showed their butt. Got some permanent people on there like your boy Governor DeSantis.
Oh yeah.
Donald Trump, people like that. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
For sure.
People
Kevin
like
Costner
Kevin
being
Costner.
a Hollywood hoe.
Yes, he is.
Taylor Swift for being a Hollywood hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Or entertainment hoe, whatever. She don't know what she wants to do.
I heard some news today, the other day, that what's her name was instrumental in breaking up their relationship. Speaking of hoes, what was the guy that J-Lo was married to? Spanish brother. Mark Anthony.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was sleeping with Jada Smith.
What?
Yeah. I heard. I'm like,
wait a minute, Jada Pinkett Smith?
Jada Pinkett Smith and Mark Anthony.
Wait a minute, Ketel, you know anything about this?
Instrumental
That's
to
the
them breaking
Hollywood
up.
beat. That's Ketel's beat.
No.
I heard that on the news. Blew my mind.
It wouldn't
Pull
surprise
up Mark Anthony and Jacob Smith and Mark Anthony. Pull it up if you get an opportunity.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I heard that she was instrumental in J-Lo breaking up from him. So.
Wow.
And I tell you, just going to show you, Jada has gotten around.
Mm.
I tell you,
All right. Well, let's put Jada on the Kiss It list.
That's your girl.
Did you say 45 Trump? Put him on the Kiss It list?
Mm-hmm. The Proud Boys.
Yeah, Proud
Boys.
Boys.
Got busted.
Well, you already mentioned DeSantis. Apparently, he's got another bill going before him. I don't know if he signed it, to expand beyond the Don't Say Gay. Now it's like a whole thing of don't mention anything about sexuality, gender identity, CRT, that whole thing. Don't mention any of that.
They so out of touch tonight.
Up to a certain, like for 8th grade and below. I'm like, you know what? You cannot keep kids in a bubble. They gonna know what they know. So.
I hear little 5-year-old kids yelling "booty this" and "booty that."
Exactly.
They're 5 years old. You know what I'm talking about.
They know stuff. They've seen
Oh
stuff.
my God, 5 years old. She got a big booty. 5 years old, I heard kids say.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right. I don't have anything else. Anybody else? Anybody else for the Kiss It list?
Yeah, the England.
Oh, the coronation.
Oh, they're a mess.
All of that waste of money on a coronation.
And put Lionel Richie on there. He's smiling in their face. He's over there. He's just cheesing all over the place.
So what is he going to be, the entertainment?
Yeah, I believe he's entertainment, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And his little girlfriend, she's just cheesing. And everybody's just cheesing.
Okay. So the entertainers that are going to do whatever they do to play a part in the whole British coronation.
All I know is Lionel Richie. I'm sure there's other people.
Yeah, that's what I said, the entertainers, all of them. Folk need to just say enough is enough. We're not doing it.
It's not going to be Sam Smith.
But,
they don't.
Oh, I'm sure they're not going to have him.
No.
He'll show up in a gown or something, and they'll be like, oh, no.
But they got Lionel Richie. I'm surprised he didn't get Elton John.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't available.
He's a native son.
He's semi-retired. He doesn't do too much no more.
But that's his people.
That's his people?
You wanted to hear about Mark Anthony and Jada Pinkett?
Yeah, what's up with that?
He wanted to squash the rumors, and he and Jada were allegedly romantically involved. He simply said, when something like that happens, it's laughable. We've been friends for years. Jada, Jennifer, and me, and Will for years. Okay, they just been friends.
Who is that man?
Yeah.
They're just friends.
Sounds like a foursome to me, but anyway.
Yeah, plus they've been friends.
Never know.
Jada was
anyway.
She was friends with her son's friend, too. Remember that? The entanglement?
That whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to the prize for everybody on this week's Kiss It list.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party One Hills Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Well, we're down to the last word. Go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, before we get into that, I wanted to just tell you the name of the movie you're looking for. It's called Chevalier. And the actor, he is Kelvin Harrison Jr. He's from the movie High Note with Tracy Ellis Ross. If you guys saw that.
Okay.
If you didn't, you need to see High Note. That was a very good movie.
He's very talented.
I saw that. It was good.
Yeah, he played her son, and he plays in that. So it's about the illegitimate son of an American slave and a French plantation owner. He rises, his name is Joseph Ballon, rises to impenetrable heights in French society as a celebrated violinist, composer, and fencer, complete with a love affair and falling out with Marie Antoinette. So, sounds pretty interesting.
That was Marie Antoinette. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was his love interest?
Okay. No, I saw the promos for it. I didn't realize it was Marie Antoinette. I saw the time period, but that was all that I recognized. Okay.
And this is a true story by this composer. His name is Joseph Ballon. Mm-hmm.
The previews look out of sight. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we need to check that out.
Yeah.
They were jealous of him and everything. He was such a, like you are now, black people,
All right, well, we're down to the last word. So, Poppa DD, go to you first. What's your last word?
Oh, man, my word is Have a safe Cinco de Mayo. If you go out there and hang with the Espanol people of the world.
With the hermanos and hermanas.
The Corona bunch.
Okay. All right, well, my last word is, again, no pay, no play. Networks like Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, HBO, all of y'all need to pay these writers and do right by them. They work hard. Being creative on demand is very difficult. So to come up with something that actually works and that sells, that's a major accomplishment. And it shouldn't be just pissed on with change. Y'all need to pay these folks. And that's my last word. Ketel, what's your last word?
My last word is, my usual, stop the violence. There's a lot going on in this metropolitan area. We need to just get these guns about this city. But I'm noticing that the guns, and they may not be all real, but it seems like they're coming from China, from what I've seen. It's a website. I won't say the name of it, but it's a China-based company that's on the website, and they're selling guns, but the bullets are rubber pellets, like bullets. But the guns, they do look real. So half the guns that they're finding that these kids have, I don't think that they're real. I think they're mock-up, and they're getting it from China. And these companies that you can get stuff through, mail order, they're buying them. They're under like $20. But like I said, I don't think these guns, half these guns are real. But just stop the violence and get the guns off the street. That's my last one.
Oh, leave it to China to come up with a knockoff or something. They knocking off guns now, huh? Okay. All right. Well, that'll wrap up another episode of A Pajama Party. And again, our condolences to the Bowie family, or Bowie, for the sprinter who lost her life, who passed away at 32 years of age. So, that's it.
Tori's her first name.
Tori, thank you. All right, we're going to say goodnight.
And I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
On that coronation thing, tomorrow, Saturday, my heart really goes out to Harry, because there's nothing more piss you off more is when your family looks down on you like you're non-existent, when you're just as much blood as your brother William. And just because your brother William went in another direction and embraced that side of the family like that, and you got your own belief on things, people shouldn't judge how you feel about one of your sides of the family. Because they're all human, and everybody knows Charles ain't nothing but, Camilla is in there now wearing the big hats, and she's going to be named now as the sacred queen or some shit. She's tomorrow they're going to give her. Yeah, the queen consort. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sure that Princess Di is doing flips in her grave. And it's a damn shame. And Harry's going to sit there and look at all that. And then Meghan, she's back in America. Just look at the heartbreak that people feel when your family's somewhere else and you are riding the back caboose seat, looking at everybody acting like they having such a fucking good time when you know the real deal on everybody. Because if you family, you know the real deal on everybody.
It is.
Anyway.
All right. We're going to say goodnight and get on out of here. Say goodnight, Papa.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night until we do it again next Friday night. Have a great weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hope you good weather this weekend.
Arriba.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown that day, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown that day, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown